timeline, March 22nd, Monday. Darn it, I was gonna watch the one before the last one, so I'm trying to remember where I left off, but yeah, so it's Monday. I didn't meditate this morning. Well, I backtrack. So let's talk about the fair. I'd never been to the Long Beach Antique Fair or Flea Market, whatever it's called. But it was hella fun. Like, it was packed. And you know, we found my dad a gift, and it was the weirdest thing because my sister and I were talking about him, and we come across like this sign, like street sign, like those posts with the cross signs, and it has Avenida and his name spelled correctly, because usually we find our last name spelled not correctly. And so we look at it and I'm like, oh, here's my mask. I'm looking for that sucker. So so we found the sign, and my sister and I look at each other and we're like, it's a sign, right? And we talked to the guy, and he's from Ecuador, and talking to him in Spanish, and he's like, really, you want to buy the sign? And then he's just like, you know, it's funny because I never, like, it was just a random thing, and he never imagined someone would buy it. And I'm like, well, guess what, like, that's my dad's name, and you know, it's his birthday, and it happened yesterday was my dad's birthday. So he you know, cut the price for us. He's like, here you go, you guys go. And he was just laughing that, you know, a random thing like that meant so much to someone else. So I gave it to him today, and he loved it. He absolutely loved it. And so I need to call my sister and tell her. But yeah, so so the fair was fun. We didn't see Hannah Frost's jewelry. I get better at her stuff. Yeah, we didn't see her. My sister really wanted to see her because she loves her jewelry. But we were hoping to see her there just so that she can meet me, and then we can have like, that's the little shop that I would potentially be working at. And so, but I did reach out to her, and we finally connected today. After a hit or miss yesterday, and we connected today over the phone. So this Saturday is gonna be my first trial run with her. Or no, not Saturday, Sunday. I'm going to the Santa Monica one. So she does the Santa Monica and the Venice one on the weekends. And so she's gonna do the Rose Bowl and like all these other markets and stuff. I'm really excited to like learn and just kind of, you know, I mean, it's a one-day job. It's a one-day job where you get paid an hour and like commission, unlimited in the sense that it's just a certain percentage of whatever we make, right? And so I don't know if it's whatever. I'm not good at math. So so we were just talking on the phone, and so I'm excited. I'm super psyched. She's gonna send me some stuff. She asked me like what I knew about gems and stones. I'm like, I don't know, like I know very little, but I'd like to learn. So she's gonna send me stuff, and I'll probably post on Instagram so you guys can like come check it out, you know, and I'll be there. So if you want to say hi, yeah. So I'm really psyched about that, and yeah. Other than that, I was in LA today, downtown, took my dad to the doctor's appointments, and really realized that, he has a few other ones coming up, but I'm realizing that this is part of that plan, part of that healing plan, right? And you know, going through my list of relationships and really doing more healing work and lingering stuff, right? Just lingering stuff, lingering childhood stuff that I'm needing to attend to be able to move forward. And yeah, like I really am grateful for these kind of forced opportunities, because I mean, I wouldn't have reached out to, you know, I'm letting people be, right? I'm Leo. I learned my lesson in terms of relationships. I just keep going, and the people are going to catch up, and those that fall behind, right? Oh, well. So, and it's not like I'm totally like dismissing it. I mean, it's just, you know, that's just how cookie crumbles. It is what it is. And people are going to learn differently. People are going to respond differently. And I just kind of have to accept that not everyone's where I'm at. And I'll love them at a distance, you know? So the one thing that has been consistent in my life is Mr. Bumble. Consistently, I mean, we're just communicating back and forth. It's nice. It's just nice. You know, because mostly everyone else around me is busy or has their reasons for keeping space for me, or, you know, yeah. So it's nice to have a friend that I can call and do this pen pal stuff, you know, without, I mean, there's no expectation really aside from friendship, right? Getting to know each other, being honest, speaking the truth. And he's open to learning. I'm open to learning, and we have yet to speak on the phone, so that didn't go through. But you know, I'm learning a lot about music. I really enjoy it, and I enjoy hearing his voice. Consistent, like it's nice. It's just nice. Yeah. So this morning, or today's video, well, yesterday's video was when I had that intense dream, and you know, I rewatched it and had a couple tears, but nothing compared to like how it was before. Today's video was where I'm debriefing on that, and you know, the funny thing is, again, MJ's message today was what was it? It just spoke to that. It's just funny. It just spoke to that. I mean, it spoke to that in terms of the in terms of the title, but the message didn't really resonate with me. So I was like, okay, maybe it's not completely for me, or maybe it is. I don't know. But you know, taking it as a grain of salt. What I've decided to do, what I realized, because I'm also talking to, so that other person, I think I mentioned another like global entry guy, he's also responding, but not at the same frequency as Mr. Bumble. He's kind of like on a weekly basis responding back, averaging, but we're having like really deep conversations. Like, it's interesting. It's interesting, and I'm learning. And there's definitely like the flow is a lot smoother with Mr. Bumble. Like, there's just a like there's just a more playful flow, and with global entry, it's more of he's really grounded, like really grounded. So I feel the I feel it. Interesting. I mean, it's definitely, the conversations are good, but the energy is very grounded. And so, yeah, it's just different. But you know, it's friendship, right? That's all I'm looking for right now. Yeah. I haven't meditated. I didn't meditate because I had to be in LA early today. So I might do that tonight. Just have to switch it up a little bit. Bubbles. I've been blowing bubbles. Did it again today on the freeway. It was so much fun. And just singing my little heart out. It's fun. Like, my dad was asking me, like, he was feeling bad that I was driving all the way to LA. I'm like, don't feel bad, Dad. Like, you're asking for help. Like, that's okay, right? And this is good. And in the back of my head, I'm like, this is good for us, you know, in terms of our relationship and the healing bit of it, right? And me learning how to pace teaching someone, right? Who's unsure about this path and kind of defeated almost, where so it's helping me be compassionate. That's what it is. This experience is helping me become more compassionate. You know, I think I mentioned one of my biggest pet peeves before was, maybe I didn't, maybe I was journaling about it, is really when people don't care for their health. Like, it just irked me, like it really would irk me to the core of like, I can't be in the same room as you. I just can't. Like, it would frustrate me so much to see someone not care for themselves and then have their woe is me after. And I'm like, no. You know, and I think because I always felt very proactive. I always felt like I'm a quick learner. I always felt like I learned from observation and advice, not all the time, but most of the time I do. And I pick it up and then I go with it, right? And then I push through my discomfort, right? I'll leave the foods that aren't the best tasting foods because I know they're good for you, you know? Like, that's just my masculine side coming out, right? And actually, speaking of masculine side, I was talking to someone, Mr. Bumble, today about the fact that I am, you know, my default is masculine. It's more masculine energy. Because I told him, I was like, I remember being little and being extra sensitive, and I remember being called crybaby, and I hated it. I detested it. Like, I would cry because it was just the worst thing for me. And I just remember, I'm like, I'm not gonna cry anymore. And I remember bottling it up and bottling it up and being more quiet and guarded growing up, and that made it hard for me to open up to people. And I tend to gravitate more towards males. Like, I tend to have more, not more male friends, but I tend to get along really well with males. I just do. And I was telling Mr. Bumble, I'm like, I never really, I had girlfriends, but I gravitated more towards the guy friends. Like, the girlfriends were just drama. Like, it was just drama. It was so dramatic, and I'm just like, ugh, I don't want to deal with all that stuff, right? And I have like guy friends from, you know, junior high that I've kept in touch with, and we have great conversations, and yeah, and so I just, you know, and then even growing up, right, like, for small kids, they cry over the smallest things, and for them it's heartbreaking, but as adults we're like, you know, you shouldn't be crying about that, right? That you want, and then your parents sing that same song. It's like, you want me to give you something to cry about, right? And I know I'm not the only one who says that, right? And so what would that do? It would just, you know, hinder my ability to really express myself for something that really hurt me, and that continues for the rest of your life until you realize it, right? And so so I was very, I think by default I still am, and I have to remind myself, like, okay, feminine energy, right? Oh, because we were talking about jewelry, and getting our nails done, or my nails done, and I just remember, oh, so the little market shop thing that I'm promoting or helping sell is jewelry. And so she asked me if I knew about jewelry. I'm like, well, I wear jewelry, but, you know, and I'm looking at, I'm like, it's not really coordinated. It's a mess. And then I have like heavy ones on one side, and they're all meaningful. Like, you know, special people gave these to me, and so I wear what's special. I don't really look at, you know, the if it matches or not. So I was like, you know, because it's jewelry that specific workday, I'm gonna have to, like, you know, shred all this off and promote hers, which is fine, right? And it's beautiful, beautiful jewelry. I'll include the link. Her Instagram account. I mean, it's beautiful jewelry, and handmade and everything, and the stones, and yeah, it's just beautiful. So so I was telling Mr. Bumble, I'm like, yeah, I think I've talked about my nail stuff before, but where was I going with that? I don't know where I was going with that. So I just got home from traffic. Oh, bubbles. I was blowing bubbles. That was a lot of fun. I need to go buy another bubble to have in my purse because I think I'm going to keep that one in my car and then have one as I'm going about my day. You know, in case I'm stuck in line or something. Just not bubbles. That's it. Nothing else to report. Yeah, that's it. All right, you guys have a good one. Bye. My name is Yubi, and in case you haven't figured it out, this footage is capturing my experience as I learn to navigate my personal spiritual awakening. I am learning that this experience is unique to each one of us. In whatever way we believe we are embracing living our truth, this just happens to be my journey. And despite me having a graduate degree and a license in clinical social work, this by no means is intended to replace any type of mental health advice. This is just me on a personal level, documenting my experience, shedding light on the truth that I am learning and discovering for myself, and really inviting you along for the ride. If by some magical chance you find this content to be helpful in any way, shape, or form, please click the like button, share the message, subscribe to my YouTube channel. I have an Instagram account, a personal one, and one specifically for this channel that you're more than welcome to check out. I'm an open book. I have also created t-shirt designs. I'm wearing my favorite one right now, which is the North Node design, but I have that and other things that you can look at inspired by this process and journey, and I have the link in the description box as well as in the about section of my YouTube channel. So you're more than welcome to check those items out. Any type of support is great. Again, if you find this content really helpful or meaningful, sometimes when we take that step and be vulnerable, with showing what's inside our hearts and what's really our truth, we realize that we're much more connected than what we thought we were. And so I hope that as I'm living this experience and that you find some type of truth for yourself, or find some type of ability to heal in some way just by relating, just by knowing that you're not alone. That really has been my goal with this process, not just being able to connect with others, but really for my own healing. It's definitely been a therapeutic experience and a very creative one for myself. So I thank you, and I wish you all the best, and we'll see what else comes next.